That's kind of cool. Ooh. Yeah. I'm exhausted, but I told myself that I'm just gonna keep recording things as I think of them. I realized that like the jump between video 1 and video 2 is kind of crazy, but to really get yourself caught up, please check the links in the description. I say we. I hope it's going to become a we soon, and I think I can call it a we. We as a people, we as my support group, my friends, my mentors. I mean, just genuinely, everybody in my life are kind of poised to work towards this endeavor. I have a meeting planned later today at 12 a.m., so like noon, with some of my entrepreneurship colleagues, and we're going to be discussing kind of next steps going forward. Going into it, I think my personal next steps for the project are going to be applying for DOGE, that being the Department of Governmental Efficiency. I think that this is going to be the only way to attempt to get this project federally funded. And I feel that I have a strong enough argument to convince them to potentially part ways with their political ideology, at least for the short term. Because it's like, I don't know what I believe at this point. It feels like everything that's being done is more of a distraction for something greater. And I hope that's the case from potentially an altruistic perspective on their end, and not of a hedonistic perspective, that being pleasure-seeking. But there's only really one way to truly find out, and that's to kind of surpass the media and talk to them. Per the linguistics and communication thing, I believe that the interview is one of our most powerful tools. So I'm going to be crafting just that, my interview for them, that being the people that are in power. I'm not going to say names. You know who I'm talking about. I'm in the US, by the way, if that wasn't clear. But I do think I really have something. I went through, I edited those last 2 videos tonight. Keeping going on the GitHub. I'm going to do another push like right now while I'm talking, honestly. I am quite tired. I had spilled my matcha this morning. It was quite tragic. So I'm no caffeine today, which is like, bro. And it is like 2 a.m. So after waking up early. So I'm definitely going to crash. I'm going to have the best sleep ever. I'm so excited. Day -14 done. Day -14 commencement. Fetch origin real quick. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm ignoring the real people. I don't know. For this scale, I think the only way to truly make a difference is going to be going through, I mean, the systems that have been put in place by the attention farmers before me. And in that way, like utilizing the democratic process, utilizing the tools we have to affect policy, calling up congressmen, applying to Doge for me, man. Like, I'm gonna get in the first application, but if I don't hear anything back, just shoot them a message. With enough people, I don't think we can be ignored. If this is something that people genuinely want. So I implore you to look into what I'm building and see if it is something that you truly want. I mean, what exactly am I building? I briefly mentioned it, but for those that don't really care to look into the GitHub, I feel like I have a really good idea of how we can fix the American education system. I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks trying to get like an MVP up, minimum viable product. At the bare minimum, by the end of this week, a pretty solid mind map. Tomorrow I'm quite free other than that meeting, and I've got a class at 5:30. So we're going to be back on the grind, but I think this could actually really be something, and so do all my friends and mentors, and maybe it's a confirmation bias, but I think if something is this difficult, it's worth doing. So I also think I would regret it if I didn't try. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope through my transparency, I can build a form of credibility. Because I know I am young. That's something that is both on my side, but also working actively against me. I'm young, I'm unknown. No, you guys don't know me. But by completely open sourcing my intentions, open sourcing my thought processes, yes, it's an OSINT, that meaning like operational security intelligence, I forget, like an issue. It could be a cybersecurity issue for me. It could be a like national security issue if it does get into place. But I think that's just a problem to fix later on by hiring some cybersecurity professionals and working towards getting that side of the things locked down. I don't think the things that I'm going to be publishing are not worth garnering attention. I think the exact opposite is the case, that like in order to actually make this thing a reality, I have to go through the democracy. I have to share this with the people, share it with others. Like there's a common sentiment in like the Sigma hustle culture, the moving in silence, and I think that's kind of BS. I think the only way to make a real change is to make a lot of noise. As somebody who's into music, I'm down for that. I also think that my voice is like my biggest asset, my tool. I think my mind and the way I think is worth giving a chance. And I hope I can prove that. So, yeah. Good night, y'all.